All right, everybody, welcome back. For those of you that watched the first video, you'll know what's going on, where we are. Those of you that didn't, I got this universal DC converter. It hooks up to an old AC buzz box. This plugs into your output of your welder, and then you plug your welding leads out here and weld with those. It also needs to be run off household current, so we're going to put a plug end on this. It didn't come with one. In the previous video, I took the top off, a bunch of screws. I think it was 12 screws to take that off. Check the inside before I go ahead and put the plug on. Blew all the dust out. Nothing appears to be burnt in here. It all looks good. The connections all look solid. I'm not seeing any problems. I managed to get the lugs out. There were a couple adapters in here that were stuck in this one. And they actually... So these are adapters that go fit here and fit the larger lugs like such. I won't be needing those, so we're just going to set those aside. And what we're going to do in this episode is put a plug on it, see if we can get this fan moving. It doesn't seem wobbly or anything. It's a little tight to turn, but maybe that's normal. I don't know. These wires aren't burnt, so I'm just going to go ahead and run them as that. Twist those up. Yeah, I've got a plug end here. Those of you in the northern states and my Canadian friends know that we plug in our cars in winter if we park outside to keep the block heater, to keep the engine warm. I keep a bunch of these handy because my wife, used to my mother before she passed away, would often forget to unplug, and you drive away and it just rips the end off your cord, leaves it in the plug-in. You get to work and you find a cord dragging under your car with no end on it. So I always keep some of these around. So we're going to take this apart. It's a three-prong plug. Say that 100 times fast. Say it 5 times fast. This one is a 15 amp, 125 volt. What do we got? What was it? Input 1.5 amp, 15 volt. We're good to go. So let's take this apart. Using our little ratcheting screwdriver. I love this little Milwaukee ratcheting screwdriver. I use it all the time. Pull that out. We'll pass this through here, through the opening there. Don't need to tighten that yet. Now, we take these, spread those apart. There are 3 prongs on here. You can see one of them is green. That's your ground. We'll put the ground on there. Make a little hook. Wrap that around. And we'll tighten it. Oh, come on. You need 3 hands. Stay. Snug. You don't got to tighten the crap out of it. Of course, I put the black wire on the green. I'm such an idiot. I told you guys I wasn't, in the previous video I mentioned I'm not an electrician. And that remains true. And we'll make a little hook dealy. We'll wrap it around the green screw. This time we'll tighten up the correct wire. These ones, it doesn't matter which side goes to which. You do want to wrap your wire around in such a way that when it tightens, you turn the screw clockwise, it tightens on the wire and doesn't push it out. So you want to approach it, like wrap it around in a clockwise manner. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but it's the best I can do. Along with being no electrician, I'm no teacher. Jeepers weepers. Get in there. Okay. Two down, one to go. Let's retwist this wire up good. You see there's a little collar that it goes in. You stick it between the collar and the screw and tighten it down. Get it in there. I'm sure anybody who actually is an electrician watching this is cringing right now, but hey. I've seen some electricians do some pretty cringy mechanical stuff, so. There we go. So we've got those all three connected. Let's run that up there. All right, now we should be able to tighten those. All right, we've got our plug on. We're going to tighten the cable clamp around the end so it takes the strain off the connections. Just want to kind of push the wire in a little bit as you're tightening it. Tighten both sides equally, a little bit here, a little bit there. There we go. You can see it's pinched the wire enough that it's taken the strain off. All right, folks, now here comes the scary part. We're going to plug this into this power bar I have right down here. Right now there's no power going to it. Pull this away from anything flammable. Flick the switch on and see what happens. Just give me a second here. I got a glove in case I got to grab something here. Okay, I think we got a fault here because we're no, okay, this power bar is a bit questionable. It's humming. I don't know if that's a good sign. The motor is not turning, but it might be thermally controlled. I plug it in, it doesn't trip a breaker. That's a good sign. Don't know if I want to touch the case barehanded or anything at this moment, but I don't know. I think the fan should be turning. Let's shut the power off and unplug it and see what's what with the fan. Because those wires appear to go directly to the fan. Now, I don't know if the fan's on some kind of temperature sensor or not. Any of you guys out there know anything about something like this? I'll take the camera off here and bring you guys in to show you what I'm looking at. All right, here, just one second. All right, folks, here we are. That's the fan. It turns, but it's fairly stiff. So that would be the fan motor. Where's my flashlight? Now, if anybody out there can tell me, the power wire comes in through the case here, comes there, it's 3 wires go up. One goes to ground to the body of the beast. One goes to, and there's 2 wires that go to the fan motor. Now, is there anything in there that, like, is it temperature? Does it have a temperature sensor? Should it be running all the time when it's plugged in? I don't know. So this is kind of stiff to turn, but it doesn't feel like it's ruined. Let's try plugging it in again. Let's see if you guys can hear the hum. Hold on. Can you hear that? I unplugged it. Now, I'm thinking if that fan was just jammed up and the power was doing that, is that all this power does? Is the power that fan? Thinking it might be. This could be a dilemma. We'll have to see. And if that fan stopped working, did it cook this coil? This coil looks kind of oddly colored, but I don't know. Yeah, so if anybody out there, let me know if you know anything about fans, if there's a thermostatically controlled thing, or this should be running all the time when it's plugged in. I'm thinking it probably should be running all the time because I don't see anything in there that would control it. Like the wires just go direct to the motor. One on either side. So that one there, and one there, and the green, like I said, goes to grounded on the body. I can try loosening and tightening the ground to make sure it's good, but I don't think that makes a difference. I'll check these connections, but it's getting power because it's humming, so I don't think it's a bad connection. If anything, I think the motor might be shot. We'll see. So I guess that'll be it for now till the next video. I'll have to do some thinking and some plotting and maybe see what you guys say about this. Where would I get another motor like that? Is it standard? How's it mounted? Can't even tell what it's mounted. Okay, it just bolts to the face of this. There's one over there, right there. So it's held on by 2 bolts. If I can find a replacement for that, I might be good to go. Or maybe it's thermostatically controlled. You guys let me know. That's it. That's it for this episode. I will post another one once I've got this figured out. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. See you later.